Hi, this is Clint with Easy DIY. Today we're going to discuss about painting. I got some real easy tips on painting and make your job a lot easier when you do paint work. First of all, I want to discuss about this easy tool. It's called the 5-in-1 tool. You can pick this at any local home improvement store. It does many things. First of all, it's got this cutout, and it's some clean rollers. It also acts as a scraper. It acts as a punch tool with a hammer. It also knocks out any corking or things that might be blocked in some types of cracks. This is a must for any painter, whether it's amateur or pro. This is the best way to do it. First thing I want to talk about is rollers. When you take the roller out the package and it's nice and new, the first thing you want to do is submerge it in water. These rollers are meant to last because there's a polypropylene lining in the inside. As long as it's latex paint, there's no reason why these things won't last. I found the best way to do it is the first thing you do is dip it in water and submerge it, get it all nice and wet. Put it on your roller. You can even put it on a roller first and use a garden hose to spray it out. Then, once you got your hand roller or your extension rod, what you want to do is just roll that roller and get it nice and dry. When you do this method, it gets all the water off and it's ready for going into the rolling pan to roll on your wall. Once you're finished, the best thing to do is take it and use your garden hose and rinse all the paint off and flush this roller out. And you'll see that because as you're using the garden hose, it's going to just literally, the color's going to pour out the roller. Also, back to that 5-in-1 tool. When it's wet, this is easy to use this tool and scrape the paint off the roller. And you do it enough times with the garden hose and the 5-in-1 tool, that paint will be gone. The reason why you're doing that is to wet the inside of the roller so the paint will come out easier rather than use just the dry roller. That's one easy tip that I like to spread with y'all. Also, on paintbrushes, I see a lot of people in home improvement stores, they buy a paintbrush after paintbrush. They use it, discard it. A paintbrush should last you about 10-15 years, easy. The first thing you want to do is when you take the paintbrush out of the package, don't dip the paint in, don't dip the brush in while the paint's dry. You want to actually wet your bristles with some type of water and actually just kind of flutter it out. You can do this method because the pros actually use a tool that holds the shaft of the handle and it spins it out real fast and it makes it dry, but yet it's damp. If you use it dry, it's going to do the same thing. The paint's going to get built up on the bristles, and it'll never become right again. So actually, always dip it first before you actually apply the paint onto the brush. This will save you time, money, and this brush will last you for about 10-15 years. Easy. So, we already discovered how the rollers work, and we discovered how the bristles work on the brush. Keep the brush. Don't throw it away. They're too expensive. Now the next thing I want to talk about real quickly, when we're using our paint cans, I found an old trick that an old painter taught me to conserve paint as you're using it. A lot of people, I see them, they take the paint and they got paint all over the can. There's ways of saving that paint, conserving the paint so it stays in the can. Back to the 5-in-1 tool, all you want to do is pry it up. Now you can get your paint shook up at your local home improvement store, or they'll give you paint sticks to mix it up. You got a choice, but I always get it mixed up, then I take it home and mix it with a stick. Grab your paint stick, just mix it up, and again we're just going through quick motion, but this will save you money. I had this one previously shook up, so it doesn't take much mixing on this one. Now remember, the bristles are wet on my brush. I'm going to take the paint off the stick, let it go right back into the can, so I'm not losing nothing. Okay. Now, go back to the 5-in-1 tool we talked about. What we're going to do is take a hammer, and what you want to do is create drain bends inside the can lid. So all you want to do is take it, punch a hole in it. You might want to come in a little closer to see what I'm doing. All we're doing is creating valleys within the lip of the can. And I'm going to go even all the way around. And like I said, I'm just notching them out. This would act as a gutter wood on a drain spout. Now I have all these holes around the drain lid. So, As I'm painting, and I take my bristles and I stick them in the can, I wipe off. Yeah, all my paint's going to go inside this lip, but it's also going to go back into the can. It'll do it every time. And this will save a lot of paint in the long run. So you'll save money, and you'll save your bristles, and that way it'll last a lot longer. Okay, so now that we got that covered, I wanted to point that out. I want to go straight to painting molding. Every time we put up a wall, we have to put up molding. Anytime we do flooring work, we have to put up molding. Anytime that we're repainting, it's nice to always repaint the molding so you get a fresh coat and a fresh look.